Hey everyone, and welcome back to Movies with Mia. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Mia Tiffany, and here we are watching the greatest classic films throughout history. Today we are jumping right into our Noirvember Fusion series, which is, I guess, what I'm calling it, by watching the film The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Now, before we jump into the film, I'd like to shout out my Golden Oscar patrons. Guys, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And if you're interested in receiving exclusive MWM content, then please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. If you're not quite interested in becoming a patron, but you still want to support the channel, why not consider buying a movie ticket? Currently, movie ticket donations are being used to not only support the channel, but also to support our new editor, Zach. So if that sounds like something you'd be willing to support, head on over to www.buymeacoffee.com/Mia Tiffany. And speaking of our new editor, please send some love, send some thanks Zach's way. Check out his YouTube channel, which is linked down in the description, as well as his Instagram, which is down there too. He has been such a great help in getting these videos to you in a timely manner, so please send some love and some thanks his way, and thank you so much, Zach. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre was released in 1948, directed by a favorite on this channel, John Huston, starring Humphrey Bogart, with other notable performances by Walter Huston, Tim Holt, and Bruce Bennett. Now at this point, we are going to get into some historical background. For those of you who want to jump right onto the film reaction, go for it. But for those of you who want to stay, we're going to get right into it. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre was originally a novel written by B. Traven in 1936. Director John Huston came across the novel and thought it would be great content for a Hollywood picture. After the success of his debut film for Warner Brothers, Maltese Falcon, Huston asked Warner Brothers if he could write and direct this new picture, which Warner Brothers had already secured the rights for. The project was set to begin, but unfortunately it was halted by World War II. Naturally, because this was in the 1940s. Huston and his producer Henry Blank thought it best to hold the picture until after Huston was done with his war duties. After the war, Huston and B. Traven renewed their agreement, and The Treasure of the Sierra Madre was once again set to go into production. This film would go on to earn Warner Brothers roughly $2.8 million domestically and $1.3 million internationally. It would also be nominated for 4 Oscars at the Academy Awards in 1949, and it would win 3 of those nominations. In 1990, the film was added to the National Registry by the Library of Congress for being, quote, culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Alright guys, on to some interesting facts. Originally, John Huston wanted his father, Walter Huston, to be cast as Dobbs. But as the years passed, John realized that that wasn't quite the role for his father. During this time, Humphrey Bogart was Warner Brothers' biggest star, and when he heard that John Huston was doing another picture for them, he was quite insistent on wanting to be a part of the project. Huston decided to cast Humphrey Bogart in the main role of Dobbs, and Bogart was incredibly excited about this news. Huston would still use his father for this film though, giving him the role of Howard. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre was one of the earliest pictures to be filmed on location outside of the US, as it was filmed in various parts of Mexico. During earlier parts of this production, the Mexican government actually shut down production for a while due to local newspapers spreading false claims that the movie was showcasing Mexicans in a poor light. Luckily, the miscommunication was later resolved and the project was greenlit to continue. Now, during production, Huston and Bogey loved playing jokes on other cast members. In one instance, they played a prank on actor Alfonso Bedoya. One day, right before a lunch break, Huston called Bedoya back to set to do a few reshoots on his horse. But little did Bedoya know, Bogey and Huston actually added a very strong adhesive, probably like super glue, to his saddle. So when he sat on it, obviously he got stuck to the saddle and didn't realize it. So once the reshoots were done and everyone was set to break for lunch, Bedoya was trying to get off of his saddle and couldn't because he was super glued to it. And apparently they thought that that was really funny. Eventually, they had to cut him out of his pants to get him off of that saddle, which is literally like so embarrassing. Finally, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre was a huge influence for many directors to come. One director in particular was so taken with the character of Dobbs that he decided to fashion his own main character to resemble Dobbs. That director was Vince Gilligan, and the character was Walter White of Breaking Bad. With that being said, this is my first time watching The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and I am literally so excited to jump in. But before we do, y'all know the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. All right, everyone, it is time to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and let's get in to The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. There's Humphrey, our sweet, sweet Humphrey.
Say, buddy, will you stake a fellow
No.
Hey, mister, will you stake a fellow American to a meal?
There you go, buddy. Thank you for that John Huston cameo. Really appreciated that.
The lottery, senor?
Beat it. I ain't buying no lottery tickets. Go on.
I order of a ticket for 1 peso silver.
If you don't get away from me, I'm going to throw this water right in your face.
Definitely a grumpy man. But I don't know his story yet, so.
Then 1/10 of a ticket, senor. For 40 cents.
Oh! He said, oh.
Senor, I'll buy 1/20.
He is not stopping.
Only 20 centavos.
Like he literally didn't even throw water in his face. That's crazy.
What a town. Tampico. If I was a native, I'd get me a can of shoe polish and I'd be in business. Some town to be broke in. Town isn't.
What town isn't? Wow. So they don't have any money, nor do they have jobs right now.
1,000 men say go searching for gold. After 6 months, one of them's lucky. His find represents that of 999 others to boot. I know what gold does to men's souls.
The more you have, the more you want. It's greed. Get that nice shave going again.
You know something, Kurt? Why not try gold digging for a change? The longer it lasts, the greater our chance of digging something up would be.
I can already see that this is going to go downhill really quick.
I got 300 American bucks ready cash here in the bank.
I got 150 bucks and Kurt in here's got the same.
We ought to have 600 bucks between us.
Not much, eh?
Give me my money, senor.
What'd you first say?
Well, he's trying to tell you I sold you the winning ticket.
A 200 peso prize.
I feel like this brotherhood is not gonna last. I'm getting that vibe.
Hay montañas tan altas como las nubes.
We're going. The country's very wild and dangerous. Let's get going.
Time to go. Give you a word of caution. Desert, Mexican desert. Those exterior shots are absolutely stunning.
What's gold in that mountains? How long would it have been there? A couple of days, more or less, ain't gonna make any difference.
I know they were hot too, because that is a hot area. I'm not gonna lie. Shh, I know that is some real sweat and real huffing and puffing. Oh, it's already gold.
All right, we found something. Look at this rock full of gold.
Fool's
I
gold.
wouldn't pay you dinner for a carload. Fool's gold. Next time you fellas strike it rich, holler for me, will you?
Man, all that, and it was fool's gold. You gotta keep going deeper into this desert.
Hey, you fellas, how about some beans?
They are out.
Want some beans?
I don't even think they can hear you, pal.
Going through some mighty rough country tomorrow. You better have some beans.
I don't want your beans, bro. I love how Howard is just so, like, he's just done this so many times. So he's completely unfazed by this entire journey.
I'm thinking we ought to get back to civilization.
I got 2 very elegant bedfellows who kick at the first drop of rain. What great prospectors.
Shut your trap or I'll smash your head flat.
You're so dumb, you don't even see the riches you're treading on with your own feet.
Oh, Howard is real smart with this gold pine and stuff. I would want to be with him on this journey, as much as I'd probably hate it.
Sure don't look like I thought it would. Just like plain sand. Don't glitter. I thought it would glitter.
That's some other guy's job. All we gotta do is mine
Yep.
it and get it back there. Better pitch our camp down the mountainside a bit.
They're trying to hide this little
Easy to
gold
find,
mine they
won't you?
found. One thing I really like about this film also is the fact that the score sort of has obviously like a theatrical uppity feel to it, but there is sort of this underlining like sort of like discomfort in a way where it just doesn't feel like the music doesn't quite fit the atmosphere of what's going on. But I kind of like that because it kind of keeps you on your toes, like what's gonna happen. Because I feel like something's gonna happen where greed's gonna take over or someone's gonna cheat someone else. I just have that underlying feel, and you kind of feel that as you're watching, but the music is telling a different story. I think that that's really interesting how they decided to sort of depict that.
When are we going to start dividing it up?
Oh, the questions are starting to come. Look at that framing again.
Anytime you say.
I'm for dividing it up as we go along.
I haven't liked the responsibility of guarding your treasure any too well. Suppose you're charged with taking care of the goods. That'd be your big chance to pack up
Yep.
and leave us in the cold.
Only a guy that's a thief at heart would think me likely to do a thing like that.
He keeps saying stuff like that, and I feel like he's gonna be the one to do it.
All right, here she goes 3 ways.
And of course, the close-ups just make it that much more intense. Fantastic. It's like you can see the greed building on their faces. It's a brilliant idea. I can see how the ideas of the men start to change, especially with the way of how much work they have to do to pine this gold out of the earth, you know, and then sort of the psychological toll that takes, because I know that you work your body so much, your body's going to start retaliating against you, especially if it's like manual labor. And that takes a toll on your mental state. So I could see how they can go from being like, no, I'm just going to take my share. I'm just going to take, you know, what I set out to take, to like, I worked for this and now I want what I worked for. The way this is depicted is so realistic, and I don't know, it's very, very intriguing. Oh my god. Is he okay? He has to be okay. He's our protagonist. Don't let him stay in there. Help him. Look at him turn his back on his friend that easily. No, you better turn yourself around. Saved him. What a good guy. Good guy so far.
He's coming around.
He's alright.
Lay still a minute to get your senses back.
Who pulled me out?
Curtin did.
Thanks, buddy.
I owe my life to you, partner.
Oh, I don't know about that, buddy. Now you owe him something. Man, this is getting like, it's making my nerves bad, bro.
You know what? We ought to put some kind of a limit on our take.
What the limit ought to be?
Oh, say $25,000 worth of piece.
75 would be more like it.
That'd take a year at least.
What's a year, more or less, when that kind of money's to be had?
But didn't you say that you would only take what you'd set out to get?
No use making hogs of ourselves. Hog, am I? Don't deny it. I put up the lion's share of the cash, is there? And I always meant to pay you back.
I think it'd be wise not to put things strictly on a money basis.
Howard is literally the voice of reason amongst these two men who I feel like are going to lose their minds by the end of this movie. Uh-oh, the old man isn't there. Please tell me he didn't leave. Like, all of the things he said, and then he ends up doing it. That'd actually be kind of smart, to be honest. I must admit, I do love Humphrey Bogart with, like, a sort of shaggy beard. It's working. I'm here for it. And I know it's funny. It's funny because it's like, that wasn't a thing in the 40s. Like, clean cut was, like, the thing. But I love the shaggy beard on him. I think it works.
You out for a midnight stroll?
Hey, better not go jumping out on me like that. I might let you have it. Tiger on. I want to see if the birds are all right.
I think I'll see if the burros are all right.
Go ahead. Help yourself.
He's like, I want to see if you stole anything. Oh, no. I think it would be so weird directing your father. Like, John Huston directing his dad in this movie. That'd be so weird. Okay, he's like, where's the other one now? Starting to get distrustful of his group.
He's out there somewhere. Said he was going to have a look-see.
He's stashing something in the log, bro. It's crazy how they came in sort of like pals, compadres, if you will. And now they're like, When it comes to gold, it eats a man's brain alive.
That's Howard think he is ordering me around.
What's that, Dobbs?
Nothing.
Got something up your nose? Blow it out. It'll do you good.
Why am I elected to go to the village? Why me? 2 days I'd be gone would give you plenty of time to discover where my goods are, wouldn't it?
Why don't you take your goods along with you?
And run the risk of having them taken from me by bandits? You're hoping bandits will get me. Save you a lot of trouble, wouldn't it?
Dobbs is starting to lose it, but I also love how, like, now I'm onto the old man. Like, I feel like he has the potential to, like, cheat both of them because he knows the name of the game, you know?
Just like I thought. Put your hands up.
What?
Well, I'll be.
So that's where your goods are hidden, eh, Dodd? Seems like I accidentally stumbled on Doddsy's treasure.
Trying
Why
to
were you
get that
trying to
lizard.
fly up that rock? Tell me that.
Because I saw a Gila monster crawl under it.
You can certainly think up a good story when you need one.
No, there was actually a Gila monster that crawled underneath it.
So you stick your hand in and get your goods out.
Sure I will. Don't you try any
Ooh-wee.
bad moves.
Don't worry, I'll stay right where I am.
That's not a good idea, boss. Those things are deadly. Don't reach in and get your goods.
They never let go, do they, Howard, once they grab onto you? By that time, the victim doesn't usually care because he's dead anyway. What's the matter, Dobbsy? Why don't you stick your hand right in and get your treasure? Dobbs, another bad move out of you and I'll blow you to kingdom come.
It's a Gila monster, just as they suspected. But what are the odds that a Gila monster goes under the same rock that he has his goods on? That's crazy.
Ustedes son los bandidos. La
Ooh,
misma
who's this
fecha.
man?
Van a ver lo que les va a pasar por bandoleros.
Federales are very efficient. Where are they taking them now? Cemetery.
Oh, the cemetery. To kill him? Execute him?
How long did you say you'd been in these mountains? Oh, a few months. I know the whole
I
landscape
love
around
the
here.
framing.
If there'd been a single grain of gold, you can bet I'd have sure seen it. If you haven't found anything up there yet, I'll come along with you and put your nose in it.
Just one more man that they can't trust. Nope.
All packed up and ready to start. If you let me go with you, back to your camp. Oh, thanks anyway, but I prefer going up by myself.
He's gonna freaking follow him into the freaking mountains, bro. I can see the determination in Cody's eyes. Like, he's like, I'm gonna find you. Oh, no.
I guess it's only a matter of time until he shows up here.
All right, then there's nothing else to do but pull the trigger the minute he appears. You sure he was trailing you, are you?
Absolutely, because there he is.
Here's Cody. Another untrustworthy gentle sir.
Come over with the fire.
Thanks.
How Howard's
Go
nice.
ahead. Tonight you're our guest. Tomorrow morning, look out.
It's really interesting to see how you go from one mentality where it's like, I'm just going to be one thing I want, I'm going to get up there, get my gold and leave, to like, oh, but you know, people are trying to come at me and all this other stuff starts coming in the way. It's interesting to see this played out in a film.
Where'd you get the water to make coffee?
I just took it out of the oil. Sorry, I didn't know water was so hard to get. I thought perhaps I was among civilized men who wouldn't begrudge me a little fresh water.
Oh, over some water, bro? You need to calm down, Dobbs. Freaking firecracker over here.
Well, you stranger, I'd pack up and go while the going's good.
I mean to stay right here. Whatever you say or don't say, tomorrow I start to dig for gold here.
Cody is onto them. But here's the thing, though. Going back to what Dobbs said about only taking what he set his mind to take, why then does it matter if Cody starts mining for gold? If there's enough gold for all of them to have, why is it suddenly now like there's now this fourth person that can now take the gold that I would find for myself? Like, it's just that greed that starts, the more you have, the more you want. It's so brilliant.
Do the mug in, I say. Make it short and sweet for him.
They're not about to bump this guy off, bro. That's crazy. They're not going to kill him. Either he's going to run away or something's going to happen.
Better take a look on that hill first.
Are those more men? Or are they banderos?
Soldiers.
They're not soldiers, they're bandits. And they're not after gold, but after guns and ammunition.
You seem to have good eyes. You stay up here in this lookout for the time being and watch their movements. Let you and me wrap up all our belongings and dump them in the trench.
Bro, in a way, that guy kind of saved their butts from these bandits. Now he's unofficially a part of the team. God, the music just makes it that much more intense.
Oiga, señor, we are federales. Give us your gun, and we leave you in peace.
Go anyway without my gun and
Which
go
is what they
quick.
said. Now, why would you do that? Dobbs!
Look here, amigo. We don't want to get you gun for nothing. I have a gold watch with a gold chain. They're worth at least 200 pesos.
Me llévala.
He shot the gold watch. Oh no, now it's a shootout. Now it's a shootout! I don't understand the function of this because they're literally using all of the ammunition that they're trying to find. I don't get it. Bloodshed for what? For nothing. For guns.
Cody, you all right?
No. Please tell me Cody didn't get shot. Cody! Cody's a goner. But then there's also that thought that's like, well, there's one less guy to take the gold, I guess. Not trying to be like a harsh, but
Hey, they're beating it.
that means that there's something bigger and badder coming. It's the only reason why they're leaving. They're leaving.
Oh, go get him. Sick 'em time. Swallow him.
Like a game or something.
Tell you the truth, I was already eating dirt. Got any folks? Supposing he has.
Died in a shootout in the friggin' Mexican mountains. That's gotta be hard, man. But at the same time, didn't they just want to kill him? So their problem was kind of solved? Like, what?
Name is James Cody, Dallas, Texas.
Cody.
Reckon she's his girl. Realize there aren't any mailboxes. You can drop a letter in.
Little Jimmy is fine.
Wow.
He misses his daddy. I've never thought any material treasure is worth the pain of these long separations.
Bro, the fact that they gave Cody character background and something for the audience to just sort of like our heartstrings to be tugged at. Like we've only known this character for what, 15 minutes of the movie. The fact that they included that in this movie rather than this just being all action and all about getting gold, you really tells you that this movie is way more than that. It's about the human condition and really a person's humanity. That was really good to add that in. Wow.
Let's call it quits and pack up and leave. And the sooner the better as far as...
Take another week to break down the mine and put the mountain back in shape. The least we can do to
Wow.
show our gratitude for all the wealth she's given us. We wounded this mountain. It's our duty to close her wounds. Bye, Mountain, and thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Mountain. Thanks.
Giving thanks back to the earth. I love it. I think one thing that this film also does is it really starts to showcase Humphrey Bogart and his acting ability. Once you get more into the late 40s, early 50s of his career, you really start to see him stretch his acting abilities. And I think it's a treasure to really see him work in the later years of his career. And I think that you really get to see that a little bit more in this film.
I've been thinking about her. Cody's widow, I mean. We ought to give him a fourth, just as if he'd been our partner from the start.
Are you crazy?
What?
We got company.
Buenas noches, señor. Mijito, se cayó al agua.
This little boy fell in the water. We ain't dead, but he just won't come to.
No, don't go away, please. No, Howard. Why didn't somebody go with him? Oh my God, that shot. Looking up at them. There's no breath coming from him. I wonder what is that he's doing? What is that? Raising the arms up and down. What does that sort of help with? I'm just curious for anyone who knows. It'd be great to read your insight about that. Oh. Praise God, he's okay. What I'm thinking is maybe more of a modern take to paint, you know, Howard as this good character, and then at the end have him be the one to like chip everyone else. Because I feel like that's what's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. I'm feeling it. I don't know if that's how this movie's going to go, because I feel like it's just, I don't know. I don't think audiences were ready for that type of like betrayal in a character. But if this were a modern film, I could see it going that way.
He's insisting we return with him to his village and be his guest.
Tell him to forget it. Tell him he don't owe us a thing.
Si no, se enojarían todos los santos del cielo.
I'm afraid he's determined to take us with him.
El señor y el señor no importa.
Oh, it's like that, eh? He just wants you. Well,
You're the one he's the one who saved the boy.
Stay a few days and we'll meet you in Durango. We'll wait for you there.
Oh no, I don't feel like he's coming back. I don't think he's gonna die. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like something bad's gonna happen, guys.
What a bonehead play that old jackass made when he put all his goods in our keeping. We don't go back to Durango at all, Savvy? Not at all.
As long as I'm here and can do anything about it, you won't touch a single grain of the old man's goods.
Make another move toward me and I'll pull the trigger.
Come on, get up! Let go of it. You're all wrong. I'd fight for you and yours just the same as I'd fight for the old man's.
Because he could have left him in that mine, but he got him out. Don't let this get between you two. Just make it to Durango.
You haven't got nerve enough to pull the trigger while I'm looking you straight in the eye. I bet you $105,000 you go to sleep before I do.
See, now they're against each other. We can't have that. Dobbs just needs a good shower and a good night's rest. Okay, let's just make it to Durango safely, all right? Poor baby, he's so tired. Just let him sleep, Dobbs. Why is Dobbs suddenly acting crazy? When did this change happen? I don't like it. I don't like it.
Cards are dealt the other way now, and for the last time, no more shuffling. I'm doing this to save my life, that you'd be taken from me the minute I went looking at you.
Makes him look crazy.
March.
Why is he trying to kill him? I don't understand what happened. Like, the only one who's the bad guy right now is Dobbs. Like, nobody else wronged him. I don't get it. Is it just greed has overtaken him? Like, nuh-uh. Is he just going crazy in the mountains?
Maybe I didn't kill him.
Oh my God. For what? Everything was fine. Everything was fine.
You keep it. It's yours anyhow.
This is not how I wanted this to go. I don't even know if I like this. I guess they were alluding, the movie was alluding to the fact of Dobbs starting to lose his mind when he was talking to the donkey, like, earlier. He was alive, buddy boy. Oh no.
Curtain!
Curtin is his name.
Where are you? Curtain! Not even the bones will be left to tell the story.
He is losing it.
As if by order.
Actually, no, I think he's just straight up lost it. Like, he's there. Okay, now I feel like he's gonna die. Like,
The gun was on the ground beside me. Just left it there to make it look like suicide. Figured he'd come back in the morning, see if I still had a flicker of life. And
so glad he
there was
didn't
a good
die.
chance in
There were
my
2
condition
shots.
I might miss. I'd crawl away like a poisoned dog.
Fine, Mr. Dobbs. Made off with our goods and is on his way north, huh? The big mistake was leaving you two fellas out there in the depths of the wilderness.
I'm just looking disheveled. But again, a fantastic performance from Humphrey Bogart. Not a role you'd see him in up to this point. Fantastic. The freaking smuts all over his face. It's water. You better not drink that water, baby. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Oh, he should have boiled it first at least. You got company. Oh, and this is the freaking bandit from earlier. I just really like the way that these characters have been introduced. You know, the farmer with the machete and then like the bandits. Like, it's all kind of different. It's not like they just enter and exit. It's like there's something extra attached to their entrance, and I really like that.
What you got on the bags?
Nothing. I have nothing. He's gonna try and take them all out.
Seems to me like heights. Ought to bring quite a lot of money, huh?
This is why you don't do bad things. Because of karma. If he had just allowed Curtin to stay with him, not gotten too greedy and in his mind and gone a little crazy in the wilderness, he would have had backup. But he didn't. And I kind of don't feel bad for him, to be honest. Because he kind of brought it on himself.
Get away from my burrow.
You can only shoot one of us. The Federales are after him anyway. We'll take that chance.
Get back there.
Oh my God. Ooh, you ain't got no bullets. Yeah, you gonna die, baby. Slayed! What just happened? Humphrey Bogart is our man. He's the one who makes it to the end of the film, guys. He's the one who freaking takes us to the end. He's the hero. And now he's the villain? This is just different. I like it. Oh my God, they're gonna find the gold. Oh my God, they're gonna find the gold. There it is. Oh my god. I am so upset right now. All that hard work for nothing. Like, oh, we know those are not your burros, baby. He's trying to sell him his own burros. Ah, got the frickin' marks to prove it. Try something, I dare you. It's like, I see right through y'all. Y'all trying to sell me my own burros? Pretty sure all the bad guys end up getting the justice, you know?
Señores, les tengo muy malas noticias.
Dobbs is dead.
Dobbs is dead. Ooh, but it's not there.
Keep your shirt on.
Lo que dijeron los bandidos.
Said he heard the bandits talking while they were waiting to be shot, that they thought it was bags of sand.
Where are they?
Okay, well, they still know where their gold is at least. Oh my god, this is like a freaking roller coaster. This is not how I thought this was gonna go. It's being blown away. Everything is coming full circle. Oh my god, so they're right back to where they started.
The gold has gone back to where we found it.
Let's all just have a good laugh about the fact that we just spent literally however long in the mountains pining for this gold that we don't even get to enjoy. Hilarious.
What next, I wonder?
Well, I'm all fixed as far as I'm concerned as a medicine man. Yeah, I'm all fixed for the rest of my natural life.
Yeah, he's good to go. He is good to go.
No worse off than I was in Tampico.
Keep my share of what the birds and the hides will bring. See Cody's widow. And besides,
Yeah.
it's July and...
Oh, he's gonna go to Dallas. In a weird way, I kind of hope him and Helen get together. That could be something happy. And off we go, riding into the sunset.
Goodbye, Howard. Good luck. Same to you.
I can't believe I invested 2 hours of my life just to be gypped. Like, I feel like I was gypped. Is that just me? Guys, what in the world? What did you... Nobody prepared me for that ending. I did not see that coming. I mean, so many things that you thought were gonna happen did not happen. Nobody got the gold. They ended even worse than how they started because Dobbs lost his life. But wow, what a film. I feel like the story, I actually, as much as frustrating as the ending was, I really actually did enjoy it because it does show you that chasing wealth and chasing money can sometimes lead to heartache and disappointment, and that gold is not everything. And the friendships that they made along the way, I think, were also kind of important to the story as well. How is it that Humphrey Bogart didn't make it to the end of this movie, guys? He literally died. I was not prepared for that. That is not how I thought the movie was gonna go. But wow, we really did get to see Humphrey's acting range. Like, he is such a talented actor. And if you ever get the chance, for those of you who are not into classic film or who are just discovering Bogey for the first time, you know, watch some of his earlier stuff, like The Maltese Falcon, like Casablanca, and then go to his filmography later on in his life, and you really see how much he blooms as an actor. You really see his acting ability and his talent. Wow, that was so crazy. I'm astounded that that's how that went. I really love how John Huston decided to tell this story. I think that he made it more intense, you know, with the intense close-up shots. And I feel like every one of the actors had this sort of look in their eyes, kind of crazy eyes, but like they all wanted something. You could tell they all wanted something out of this. And they wore it so well on their faces, and it really heightened the intensity of this story. And of course, I loved those exterior shots of the Mexican wilderness. I think it was so beautiful. But the fact that this particular story was told in the wilderness, I think gave it even more of an edge, because it just feels so raw. It feels so visceral and animalistic in a way, like our most basic animal instincts as humans, but then also being like so disappointed at the end. But then at the same time, the characters are totally okay with it. I was expecting it to be like that sort of campy, like cowboy story, you know, where they're like guns in action, and it really wasn't that. It was like really a look into the sort of human condition. You know, what happens when you're presented with all of this temptation? Like, how do you go about it? What does it turn you into? And then the interactions you make with others. I think it was just such a different movie that I was not prepared for, but something that was so perfectly told by John Huston. But yeah, that was a fantastic film. Thank you guys so much for recommending it, and thank you so much for watching it with me. All right, everyone, that does it for this video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to become an official MWMer, then please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to stay in the loop. If you would like to see this video's full reaction, you will find it on my Patreon. There, I also host my bi-weekly MWM live watch parties, where every other Saturday night at 5 p.m. Arizona time, we come together and we watch one classic film live via Zoom. I also have a few Patreon-only reactions on Patreon, available to all tiers, and of course our FlickPick polls, which allow you to vote for movies to be featured in future videos. If any of that sounds of interest to you, then please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. In the next video, we are continuing our Noirvember Fusion series by watching the film The Big Sleep. I am particularly excited about this one because I really love watching the chemistry between Bogey and Bacall. I'm so excited to watch them. If you have not seen The Big Sleep, I highly encourage you to do so before watching the reaction. And I have provided links of where I bought my physical copy of the film, as well as where you can stream it online. If you have a recommendation for any classic Hollywood film, please reach out to me on social media, on Facebook and Twitter, or X now, I guess as they call it, at Movies with Mia, and on Instagram and TikTok at movieswithmia_. If social media is not your jam, fear not, I do have an email. My email is miawilliams642@gmail.com. And while you're online, why not check out my LetterBoxd account, where I have a document of all the films we've reacted to on the channel. It is under the handle at Mamma Mia Tiffany. And yeah, that does it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you, boo, in the next video. Bye, everyone. All right, guys, we are back. Just a cute little change. Costume change, and we're right back at it. And if you're interested in becoming an exclusive I'm wearing sweaters and it's still Arizona and it's still hot as hell, which is weird because we're literally in October, starring Humphrey Bogart with other notable performances by... Literally in my script it just says starring Humphrey Bogart. That's all it says. Let me try it again. Okay. And there's a freaking airplane going over me right now, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. The novel's author, let me try it again, renewed their agreement, and now during production, no, in one instance, they played a prank on actor Alfonso. With that being said, this is my first time watching The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and I am literally so excited to jump in. But before we do it, no.